Be sure to tune in to this week's pre-match show from our studio overlooking the pitch here at Villa Park. The cream of the capital, Premier League leaders and title favourites Chelsea are in town, but Jose Mourinho has been the unhappy one, the nothing special one on his past visits, with no win and a poor record against the West Midlands finest at this great stadium, including last season's loss, of course. Joining me, Jack Woodward, to assess the opposition is former winger Steve Froggatt. An abundance of table-topping talent to choose from, Froggy, but you've picked out Willian and Rennie.
Yeah, well, the two obvious ones in Costa and Cesc Fabregas probably won't be available. We know Costa definitely won't be. He's into a 3-match suspension, but it's Willian for me, who's come in and done some real donkey work. He's got real ability, but he's a typical Mourinho player because he grafts for the team, he runs about, he's like one of those little wind-up toys, isn't he? You just spring him off and he just runs everywhere, and he's been a really good player for them this season. He's really come into his own in a team full of superstars. Yeah,
you can compare his hairstyle to Carlos Sanchez as well, but yeah, as you say, he's a top player. One to watch out for, and a bit of an unsung hero. He doesn't get the column inches that the likes of Hazard and Oscar and one or two others get.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't score as many goals, but he doesn't create as many goals as Fabregas, but he still creates goals and he still scores goals, just not in the quantity. But it's his work rate, I think. You know, if you probably ask any Chelsea player, that he'd be one of their favourite players alongside Matic, because they do a job for the team that other players are allowed to then get on there, do what they want to do. The likes of Fabregas, Hazard, they can just play their game because these boys in and around them allow them to do so.
Yeah, and just briefly, a potential home debut for Scott Sinclair. Pleased to have him on board. Yeah,
really delighted. He was a player, I was a big fan of his when he was at Swansea, and like many players, the likes of Jack Woodward, they go to the big club and they disappear. You never see him again. Wilfried Zaha, he's now come back to Crystal Palace. Some great young talent, and Sinclair is one of those players. He is a really good player. He's just not found a home. He's not played enough football, but when he came on in that little cameo appearance, I saw the determination. As a wide man, I saw what I liked about him was his directness. I mean, that was my game as a player. Yeah. Direct, get your fullback, get a crossing, do something. We've been crying out for somebody like him for a couple of seasons now, who is an orthodox wide man, because he's orthodox. He will do everything. And he frightened the life out of the Arsenal defence. Unfortunately, it was way too late. The game was gone and he couldn't have any really major impact. But I'm not sure he'll start, because I don't think he's had enough football to play against the likes of Ivanovic, who's one of the best fullbacks in the division. But I think he will come on. I think he'll be a good signing for us, Jack, because he's got everything. He's young, he's really hungry, and he's got something to prove.
Yeah, they're good qualities to have. It's a massive week, isn't it?
Yes.
Are you ready for it? Not too nervous?
Oh, I'm nervous.
We'll be fine. Tony Morley with me for commentary on Saturday. There's much more analysis over on AVTV, along with the thoughts of Andy Vyman and some memorable moments against the Londoners. There have certainly been plenty of those.